Hello, my name is Joe Strecce. It's a great pleasure to speak to you again. Today I'm speaking about taking control of the messaging or message. People will want to, as a person with a disability, will want to make decisions for you. What I mean by that is often people try to decide what you can or cannot do, telling you you shouldn't do that, you can't do that. And this can be simple things or more complex things. Once you allow people to do that or begin to do it, it gets easier and easier to allow them to do it. And it can be hard to say no or say, yeah, I think I'm going to do this. But as you do it more and more, it gets easier and easier. So something from the field of public relations they like to say is perception is reality. So the perception of the other person is their reality of who you are, unless you change that. You take control of the messaging. And one of my beliefs in life is taking control of the messaging. So when people decide what I can do or cannot do, it could be as simple as I remember being in New York City with my buddy, Mickey D'Amelio, and we were in a store, and there were 3 steps in the store to go from one section of the store to the other section of the store, and that's my dog my dog Audrey, but sharing her vocalizations with us. He decided that I should not go up these 3 steps because that could be dangerous. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go up those steps. And he kept saying, no, you must stay down here. So I went up the steps. And then I may have taken a step backwards, going back downward in reverse, and it went back up again. And he was not very happy with me. And we went in the store, we looked at his items, and then we left because he was not happy with me for going up those stairs. And I showed and shared that I could walk up steps. Simple things, right? But it goes past that. People won't want you to use, as a person who's blind, they often don't want me to use escalators. They want me to use the elevator. I like escalators. I like stairs. There's nothing wrong with an elevator, but frequency and efficiency at times, it's nice to take an escalator if you can. Simple things like people not wanting to talk to you directly. They may choose to talk to the person you're with. So I can give an example of that. Or they might be concerned if you're traveling alone. I was in the Philadelphia airport years ago, and I was waiting in line, and it came to my turn, and I was a frequent flyer on this airline, and I got to the front, and I walk up, and I said, I'm traveling alone. I'm here. I'm blind. I'm going to need assistance navigating the airport. Just someone to guide. I don't need a wheelchair. And he's like, "Who is with this guy? Who is with this?" I go, Sir, I am traveling on my own. I travel a lot. I'm a frequent flyer. Who is with him? Who is traveling with him? And I'm like, I'm traveling alone. I travel on my own. And could you please stop screaming? No one else is with me. And he's like, not getting it. And I'm like, sir, is there someone else here who can help me? I'm like, I'm traveling on my own. I travel on my own all the time. And so I got someone else to assist me. And I explained that they need some training on working with individuals with disabilities. Similarly, in another airport, I was waiting for assistance, and someone ran a wheelchair into me and tried to shove me into it. And I had to explain that I don't need a wheelchair. I apologize, but I just need someone to guide me, and that you don't just grab people or run into people. But with all those negative things, when you take control of the messaging, a lot of positive things happened. I've met a lot of great people just from interactions and taking the time to talk to people and educate people and create awareness. And when you're willing to stop and take that time and talk to them about, I'm a person who's blind, this is the type of assistance if I did need assistance, or I don't need assistance at this time. And this is how I use traffic to cross the street and the surge of traffic. And this is how I, differentiate one intersection from another, and how I use sound and all of that. And you dispel those myths and misconceptions, but you also don't want to make it a negative experience, so that if there is someone out there who does need assistance, that those people won't be willing to go up to them. But it's another thing if they're grabbing you. So anyway, that is like 1% of the time, those negative experiences. Most of those experiences are positive. I've had the opportunity to explore all kinds of cool things. I may have taken advantage at times, like the Liberty Bell, getting to touch the Liberty Bell and other pieces of stone or statues and stuff that most people will never get the opportunity to touch. I've gotten into locations that were probably huge lines and were not letting anyone else in. Just randomly, someone like a security guard at the Met let me into an exhibit that there was no chance to get in that day because it was sold out. You just never know what opportunities are going to happen, and also having a conversation with someone can open up opportunities. I know I was in a lobby in Texas. I believe it was in Austin, Texas, and I was sitting there waiting for a ride, and I started talking to a gentleman, and we were chatting back and forth and about my work and his work, and he ended up owning a company in the nuclear energy field, and he ended up after our conversation, we interacted a little later. He ended up hiring 2 people who were blind, one with low vision and one person who was totally blind later on in another part of the country, but still. You just never know how you're going to impact someone's life. So take control of the messaging. Practice how you're going to talk to someone, how you're going to explain to someone or talk to them about your disability. Take ownership of your disability, but also talk about it in practical terms. Don't kill them with the details. One wise young lady once said to me, keep your drama with your mama. She may have been like 10 years old, but it stuck with me. That medical information is that drama. So, I don't go up to people and say I have retina pigmentosa, the deterioration of the retina from the outside to the inside. As the retina deteriorates from the outside to the inside, it deteriorates the rod cells, moving towards the cone cells. No, I talk about I can't see anything in my left eye, my right eye. Sometimes I can see some light, and that's disappearing too. So just take control of the messaging. Don't let people decide what you can do or can't do. I like to say to people, you do you, and I'll do me. Okay. I've said that to flight attendants when they tell me that I should stay in my seat and not exit the plane, and wait till everyone else gets off. I'll be like, yeah, you do you, I'll do me. Okay. Have a great day. Thank you so much. And I try my best to be positive. So have a great day. Take control of the messaging. Take care.